Today we'll be discussing how and when to reach out to a partner. My name is Tyler Ambrose, and I am the Peer Support Coordinator at CLF. If you ever need to get in contact with me, you can reach me at tambrose@concussionfoundation.org. A quick overview of what we're going to be talking about. First, the peer support volunteer do's and don'ts. Second, when and how to reach out to a partner. Third, what to do if a partner doesn't respond. And lastly, what to do at the end of a connection. Starting off with peer support volunteer do and don'ts. What a peer support volunteer does is share personal experiences, provide an empathetic ear free of judgment, schedules times to connect, and ask CLF to step in whenever needed. What a peer support volunteer doesn't do is mental health counseling, crisis intervention or prevention, detailed resource facilitation, or medical, legal, or financial advice. To jump into our training topic, how and when do we as peer support volunteers communicate with our partners? This is the communication guidelines that can be found in the PSV agreement form. I would like to note some changes that were made. We have changed out the wording schedule at least once every 2 weeks to schedule a connection once every 2 weeks to ensure a more straightforward understanding of when to connect with a partner. We've also added in what to do for months 12 and onward. There are options that we will go over later. So for week 1, we're going to introduce you to your partner and you'll reach out to schedule the first connection. Ask your partner what kind of method they prefer, whether it's a phone call, Zoom, text message, emails, etc., as long as it's virtual, and share your preferences and availability boundaries. Months 1 to 3, aim to schedule check-ins with your partner every 2 weeks. Share updates or questions with CLF if needed. Months 4 to 6, you're going to aim to schedule check-ins with your partner every month. Share updates or questions with CLF if needed as well. Now, months 7 to 12, you have 2 options. One is that you can reduce scheduled check-ins to an as-needed basis every few months or so. Or 2, decide if your partner wants to continue regularly scheduling meetings, such as once a month. If you choose a reduced schedule, please make sure you communicate this with your partner and go over the boundaries of communication. If you need assistance from CLF, please reach out and we can send an email to help make those boundaries more clear. Now, when you get to months 12, the formal connection period is complete. We have 3 options to go off of. 1, you can part ways and discontinue communication. Option 2, you can continue an informal relationship independent of CLF. Or option 3, you can renew the formal contract by notifying CLF and we can go back to regularly structured connections. Here's a couple of tips for scheduling the first connection. Provide specific dates and times you're available to connect. Agree on a method, email, text, phone, video chat, like we said before, anything virtual. Place a reminder block on your calendar. This will help clear up some mental space so that way, you can just look at something and realize that you have that blocked off for something specific. And lastly, it can help to send your partner a reminder before the scheduled connection. This is optional, but can be beneficial. Now, what to do if a partner isn't responding to you? Send an email or text asking to connect, seeing if they're doing well. If there's no response within 2 weeks, send a follow-up email or text. If within a week they're still just not responding to you, please reach out to Tyler for US volunteers or Taya Canadian volunteers. CLF will then reach out to the partner. If that partner is still not responding, CLF may send an email to end the formal connection. If you have any questions or concerns about this, please always feel free to reach out at any time. When we get to the end of the formal connection, there's a couple things that we're going to start doing. 2 months before the end of the connection, CLF will reach out and we're going to inquire about the volunteer's preference for closure or continuation. This will give us a little bit of information to change the wordings when we send out our 1 month and a formal connection notice or update. Once we hit those months 12 and onward, you have the 3 options available to you. You can part ways and discontinue connection. So this is best if your availability is limited, the partner is doing well, or if you feel space is needed. Option 2, the informal relationship outside of CLF. It's best if you have some availability for as needed interactions and a solid foundation of trust and, you've developed a good bond with your partner. This is entirely optional. Option three, extend the formal connection with CLF involvement. If you and your partner both want to keep going, or if you feel like they still need a little bit of extra help, please email CLF to confirm a formal extension. And then you guys can decide on the frequency and duration of the scheduled connections, whether if it's really in depth, you need to go back to the original formation of once every 2 weeks, or maybe just once a month, or even just, as needed, once every couple of months. But please let both your partner and CLF know what the final decision will be on that. Thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.